House of Wisdom.
For those who hide behind the false image of the Son of Man shall stand before God.
Hello everyone, I'm making a new video about Danny Wilten, and he has been a long-time supporter of my videos, and I just can't help but to expose some things about him. But I do want to say, first and foremost, that as a person, I think he sounds and appears to be a great guy. I don't know him personally, so I can't judge him personally, but I can judge the fruits that fall from his tree. So, Danny, I first want to say that I apologize for drawing first blood on you, as you know that this is one of the things that I usually never do. And yes, I guess I did draw first blood on you. But the reason why I did is because after watching your videos, I just could not believe the absolute blatant false representation that you're presenting in this world of the truth movement. And I do want to state that obviously I do agree with some of the things that you are talking about, because it is true. I do agree that we shouldn't be scared of the all-seeing eye, but the way you present your videos and have 10,000 plus subscribers, and reading the comments that I read on your pages and videos, people are just sucking this shit up, and I absolutely cannot believe it whatsoever. Believing that you can see images and clouds and the sun, the sun, I'm going to get to a little bit later here. So, Danny, I don't know if you're trying to associate yourself with other truthers that are out there that are real, and you're trying to act like you're one of them, or perhaps I'm wrong and you really think that you are one of them, and you do mean well, and you're not trying to misrepresent truth, and maybe you're just doing it by accident. I don't know. But something's telling me that after watching your videos, that without question, to me, it appears that you are blatantly misrepresenting truth 100%. So I didn't come on here to, degrade your character, or to, attack your character and basically try to prove that you're a jerk or an asshole or anything like that. I'm just here to prove what has come out of your mouth and what you're teaching these 10,000 plus people that are watching your videos. So that's what I will be attacking. I'm not attacking you personally, like I said, because I don't know you personally. So whether you're, pissed off at me and you don't like me anymore, I'm sorry. I that was never my intention. I didn't mean to come off harsh on you or whatever, but the things that I'm about to show are just something that I had to expose about your teachings. So, take it as you will. Uh, Love me or hate me, I don't know. That's completely up to you. But I just want to show people the truth and then what you're presenting as truth. So, I'm sure now you're going to say that you don't like me and that I'm a false teacher and all my shit's bullshit, and I, twist the English language around, and how you hate people that do that, which is kind of crazy because we know another person that is a friend of yours and a friend of mine that also is well educated and also does the same language word interpretations as I do, but I won't even bring him into this battle at all. But if you're condemning me for doing that, well, then that means that you're condemning him for doing that. But that aside, I do want to say that up until this very day, you've always liked me, and you've had good things to say about me, and I can prove that. And now I'm sure you're going to say you hate me and that I'm, all these bad things, but you're only saying that because I'm trying to expose you. And now you're going to say that I'm bad and blah, blah, blah. But You never said it before. So you're only saying it now because I'm attacking you. Well, I just want to say I'm sorry once again before I show what I'm about to show here. And I hope to God that you really were sincere this whole time and you didn't mean to, be a Pied Piper leading the blind. I hope for your sake that you really were trying to be honest and true. But if you are a sham, if you're a liar, then this video is basically going to expose that about you. And a big red flag about you is that in order for anyone to leave a comment on your videos, you have to approve the comment. And basically that's just blatant censorship. I mean, you only want people to see comments that you approve of. They don't get to see the truth 100%. They can only see comments that you approve of. In other words, good comments that make you look good. And if the comment is making you look bad, well, then you don't approve it. To me, that's just bullshit. I always allow everyone to leave comments. Some are bad and some are good, but you have to allow people to voice their opinion. And if they push it, and if they're, obvious trolls or whatever, then yeah, you can finally block them if they ask for it. But you are basically being like a Hitler. You're not even allowing people to voice their opinion and allow everyone to see the opinions being voiced. You're only allowing and you're filtering the truth, basically. So in other words, you can dish it out, but you can't take it. In other words, you are a person who has to control their environment so that the outcome or the brainwashing outcome is that which you wanted in the first place. You're not allowing complete and utter freedom on your videos. You are censoring your videos so that people reading your comments are only getting one perspective. So like I said, that alone is a red flag to me. And another red flag is that within just a few minutes of conversing with you, you actually blocked me. I mean, I did absolutely nothing to you. I wasn't calling you any bad names or cursing or, being obnoxious and trolling you whatsoever. I was just giving you some constructive criticism and you immediately blocked me. And then I had this person shortly after called Thy Always Seek write to me, cursing me out, attacking me, and saying that I'm a fucking joke and all this stuff and how you always thought I was a joke. Which, as I showed before, is completely wrong. You actually supported me, and now all of a sudden you're saying that I'm a freaking joke and all this stuff. Well, I don't know why you had to send your trolls on me. I didn't write to all my subscribers and tell them to go attack you or nothing like that whatsoever. I don't know why you had to do that to me, but that aside, I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of this video and why I made it. And by the way, Thy Always Seek, I really like your one-eyed symbolism of the Illuminati. Yeah, I got your message loud and clear, and I basically know exactly what side you're on. And speaking of the symbolism of the Illuminati, I wanted to quickly point out something that was bothering me about your website, the School of the Holy Science. On there you have a donation page, which, like I said, is fine, because I understand, to help a good cause you have to have donations. But it's the very essence of the words you use that make me question your motives. I mean, you have your please donate with your little vortex all-seeing eye, as you call it, with please vortex your donation. Anyway, it goes on to read, whilst the monetary system still exists, which means one day it won't, we need that fake form of energy. Really? You need that fake form of energy? So support us in our great transition into the new world. So, really it seems to me that you're an Illuminatist. You're a person who is ushering in the New World Order. That's what it sounds like when I read this. I mean, I just don't get what you're saying. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Who knows? But unlike most people, I kind of tend to read in a little further than most do. So anyway, let's get started with the very reason why I made this video, and I apologize for this long introduction, but I wanted to be perfectly clear of where I'm coming from.
Hey, this is a continuing part to my last video where I was showing you that the all-seeing eye that everybody is so afraid of is found all over nature.
Okay, so first of all, the all-seeing eye cannot be found all over nature because, sure, you can think that you're seeing the all-seeing eye all over nature. You can think that every hole you see and every vortex you see and anything that resembles an eye is the all-seeing eye. But that's not true whatsoever. The all-seeing eye has a very specific meaning. It does not represent every hole and every vortex and everything that resembles an eye all over the world. You're completely 100% wrong about that.
The sun is absolutely full of eyes all over the place. Even they overlap each other, just like we showed you in the last video.
Oh my God. Like I said when I first saw this video, are you actually serious? And the sad and scary thing is, you actually are serious.
The reason I'm making this video is because I found a very interesting pattern. I decided to come out here and scan through the sun images, and on October 4th, really interesting, perfectly equilateral triangle that we have right here. And as I showed you before, there's usually eyes inside those.
Okay, as the old saying goes, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. You see, what most people aren't aware of and are not focusing on is that you scanned through images and finally, out of billions and trillions of images, you finally found an image with a triangle on it. Therefore, the sun has a triangle on it with an all-seeing eye on it. And therefore, the perception from the people that are watching this video actually believe that the sun has a triangle with an all-seeing eye on it, which is without question 100% false. Okay, so like one of the first comments I made about your video was that just because you see an elephant in the clouds for one split second in the given time of life, trillions and trillions of billions of years, whatever, I'm talking countless forms that can be found in clouds. Just because for one split second you perceive an image of an elephant does not mean that there are now elephants in clouds. I mean, this is the logic you are using by taking one split second of the sun's triangle image found on the sun and are trying to make the people believe, as the Pied Piper would do, that the sun now has a triangle with an all-seeing eye on it. I mean, that's how ridiculous you sound, and I don't even know if you're aware of it or not. I mean, I really don't know if you are just either completely really dumb and ignorant, or you really are smart and you're doing this kind of shit to associate yourself with other truthers and make them look as dumb as you perceive and think people are. So you see, that's why I'm calling you the Pied Piper, because the Pied Piper leads the blind fools in a million directions, but he never leads them to the correct destination of truth, which is exactly what you're doing. Okay, first of all, our ancient ancestors thousands of years ago did not even have satellites that could zoom in and filter the sun light rays to even get an image as we can today. And let's say that they had that technology in ancient times. Even if they did, you don't understand the very essence of the sun. The sun is constantly changing. It is evolving and changing as time goes by. One split second from another are never the same. If you took two images 2 seconds apart, they will look completely different because the sun is like molten lava. It's erupting and rotating and swirling and changing, as you clearly see here on the sun.